Hello fellow gamers, it's your boy Zero Inc. and I'm back with another Kickshot angle discussion. I apologize that it took so long to get this video out. It's just, I've been dealing with a lot of health issues, at least this week. I just have been really sick, so I haven't been able to do much with the YouTube thing. Is the Order of 1886 worth $60? Well, that really depends on you. If you're more into multiplayer, there's no real reason to go out and get Order of 1886. If you're more into a RPG, there's no reason to get the Order of 1886. If you're into third-person shooters, unique third-person shooters, because from everything I've heard about it, it's a good game. People are enjoying it. People like it. So it begs the question why the critics have reviewed this game so low as far as the score. Now, some of the things they cite. Multiplayer. First of all, this game never once was supposed to have multiplayer in it. The devs told you it wasn't going to have multiplayer in it. You knew that going in. And the fact that it doesn't have multiplayer should have no bearing on your score because it's not directly linked with the product. So there's no reason to review a multiplayer that doesn't exist or say that the game should have. Saying what the game should have is basically like saying you know better than the devs, and you want the devs to create what you want rather than what the devs should create because they love to create things. That'd be like me going to your YouTube channel and saying, you know what, you need to change your videos, you need to change the way you talk, you need to change the way you look, because your videos kind of suck, dude. Now, what are you going to call me? You're going to call me a hater. You're going to say I don't know what I'm talking about. You're going to say a lot of different things. So you should understand as a YouTube creator what Ready at Dawn is going through right now. Here they put all this time, energy, effort, and heart. It has no bugs. It has no issues. It has great cinematics. It has a great storyline. It's a beautiful game. They put a lot into this game. Yes, the game leaves something to be desired with gameplay and with length. But you gotta understand, a game like Resident Evil was $30, and it was a 2-hour game. That's $15 an hour. Even back in the day, you were spending $40 for it. That's $20 an hour. Oh, but it has New Game Plus, so it's okay. But it's the same game. There's no difference, whether you go through with all the equipment or not all the equipment. There's really no point for New Game Plus except for those guys who want to run back through it and just kill everything really quick and rush through it really quick. That's the only reason you would have New Game Plus. Unless it's done like Dead Space. Dead Space had a great New Game Plus, but a lot of games don't do it like Dead Space. But I'm not going to sit here and give a game a bad score that does not have multiplayer in it. I wouldn't give a multiplayer-only game a bad score because it didn't have single player. I knew going in it was going to be a multiplayer game, so I better have that mindset when I go into this multiplayer game. You see what I'm saying? There's no reason, none, that you would even score these parts of the game that don't exist in the first place. Critics are supposed to review only what the game has in it, or only what the product has in it. Not what it should be in there, not what I think should be in there, and not what my opinion is. That's not what a critic should be doing. I'm seeing a lot of nitpicking, and it's funny how you only bring up length, when you want to bring up length, when there's nothing else you can be mad at. That's the only time you bring up length, because people seem to have forgotten Second Son wasn't that long either, okay? Sunset Overdrive was not that long either. Sunset Overdrive was like 7 hours to most people who just ran through it and didn't go do all the side missions and shit, because a lot of people don't. And any game you run right through is going to be short. Length is based on the difficulty, how good you are at games. There's a lot of variables that would make the game shorter or longer. Besides length, this game really doesn't have a single problem. The gameplay doesn't have any upgrade system, but neither did Resident Evil. Neither did a lot of good games. A lot of good games don't have an upgrade system. Just because a game doesn't have an upgrade system doesn't mean that the game's worth any less. So you have all these critics that are not reviewing what's actually in said game, they're reviewing what they wanted in the game that Ready at Dawn didn't give them. It's terrible that you have these reviewers and these critics going, oh, well, this should have been in the game. Really? It should have. As a critic, you're supposed to only do what the game's about. What's in said game. Not what ifs. Not they should-haves, not any of that. It's what is in this game. And you're not supposed to say whether you should buy it, rent it, or anything else like that. You should let the people make their own decisions on whether they should or not. You should give the score and say, you know what? It's up to you. Whether you buy this game, rent this game, whatever. This is my score. This is what I think of it. Now it's up to you. I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, well, don't buy this game or don't buy that game because I don't particularly prefer it. You might enjoy that fucking game. That's the thing that pisses me off about this whole situation is you're seeing people think they know better than you do. IGN does not know better than me. GameSpot does not know better than me. All these professional reviewers don't know more about games than I know about games. I've played probably just as many games as any of these fucking companies, but I'm still not going to tell you to buy, to sell. That's not for me to decide. As a critic, it's my job to give you what I think of the game, my impressions of the game, and let you decide for yourself what you are going to do. And this is the biggest problem with critiquing a game these days. This is the biggest problem with gaming journalism these days. These are the biggest problems with a lot of YouTubers these days. They think they know better than you yourself. That's my opinion. I think The Order of 1886 is a good game. It's no Last of Us. It's no amazing experience like BioShock Infinite. It's not crazy like Halo. But is it a good game? Is it worth your $60? Well, that's up to you. People need to start coming with that mindset. It's up to me whether it's worth $60. I don't need to look somewhere else to decide whether it's worth $60. Because to me, it sounds like people are validating not buying the game for $60 because they feel guilty that they're not supporting that dev team. Because once the price goes down, you're no longer supporting the team because a lot of you are going to get it used or you're going to rent it and not buy the game. Those are my thoughts, guys. This is Zero. Keep gaming, gamers, and I will see all of you guys next time.